over there. Alright, Mary Man Part 50, because y'all going crazy. Y'all it's going crazy. So, like I said, I asked him, can I get in the car? He gave me the key. I'll go to the car or whatever. As soon as I get in the car, I see him walk past. He don't know what car I'm in, so me and the homegirl, like, damn, like, it seemed like instant, like, as soon as we sat down, like, and the light went off, it seemed like he walked up, right? So I'm like, ooh, I got my face kind of like down in the car. Ooh, I don't want this motherfucker to see me. So, remind you, I'm moving the car. So I go park the car kind of down on the other side of the street. So I'm sitting there in the car. I'm like, oh my God. She like, bitch, what you gonna do? I'm like, man, what you mean what I'm gonna do? Like, I'm single. Like, at the end of the day, like, you get what I'm saying? I was more concerned about, like, I don't want no hood shit. You get what I'm saying? I didn't want them beefing on no hood shit or whatever. So her boo ended up calling her on the phone. Like, where you at? She like, I'm right here. She just parked the car across, like, I'm about to walk up. So she went to go see what he wanted. Boom, I'm still sitting in the car. I'm kind of like, at this point now, I'm like, okay. I'm still sitting in the car. I know they getting ready to go in a minute. Because before I even asked to go outside, them niggas was in there like gangbanging. Like, they was already turned up. So now, he called my phone, like, where you park at? I'm like across, kind of down. Now, I'm not up under the street, like, I'm like where it's kind of dark at. He like, oh, come here, come grab something. Come here, come grab something. He like, yeah. I'm like, all right. You get what I'm saying? I get out the car. I start walking over there. He had me some something to put in my purse. Y'all know I can't say it because it's TikTok. He had me some shit to put in my purse, so I turn around. I'm like, okay. He like, I'm like, when we leaving? He like, I'll be ready in a minute. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm feeling like, whoa, I'm in the clear. You feel me? I'm good. He see me, we straight. You feel me? I'm like, we in the money, baby. Like, good, he see me. So I turn around and I start back walking to the car. As I'm walking to the car, all I hear is say, hey, Pooh. I know it ain't the nigga voice. It's his voice. He like, hey. Nigga, I'm still walking straight to the car. I will not turn around for shit. He like, for real, blood? For real? For real, you just go ignore me? You just go ignore me? I'm like, I'm not turning around. Like, I'm finna walk to this car, right? So, boom, like I said, I'm walking to the motherfucking car. I'm not turning around because, bitch, I don't want to get embarrassed. You get what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck want to get embarrassed? But at the same time, I'm on my bullshit because I'm like, nigga, I'm fucking single. Like, why the fuck I gotta be scared and hide from you? Like, I don't gotta do that, motherfucker. Like, no, I really don't. But at the same time, I don't want to start no shit because, like I said, I'm with a crib. That nigga's a blood. You get what I'm saying? You just don't want to be extra. You really don't want to cause no scene because they both got their homies here. You get what I'm saying? But I done already put the nigga from Atlantic Drive on game. So it ain't like I lied to nobody. Like, at the end of the day, like, I'm single. Fuck that. That's what I am telling myself. You got me fucked up. So I get to the car. He like, hey, blood. So my friend like, what's up, bro? He like, what's up? He like, man, she with me, my nigga. Like, she know what's up. That's why she with me right now. You talk to her on your own time, bro, but like, she with me right now. Nigga like, oh, okay, I respect that, my nigga. He like, she telling me, you know what I'm saying? She know the deal, woo woo. Like, he like, for sure, bro, for sure. So as he walking off, he like, yeah, I'm gonna make sure I get at you. I'll see you soon, my nigga. I'll see you real soon. I'm in the car. Door closed, sitting there. I don't want to hear nothing else. Cause nigga, that's the end of this. My phone is ringing. You hear me? My phone is ringing. So now the homegirl calling. She like, bitch, I wanted to walk over there with you, but bitch, I was scared than a motherfucker. I'm like, damn, bitch, you could at least walked over there. She talking about, well, damn, bitch, you kept on walking. She was like, bitch, you kept walking like you ain't hear shit. I said, bitch, I know. I was like, damn, bitch, he calling me. She like, you gonna answer? I'm like, shit, he's standing over there. I'm gonna answer. I'm like, hold on. So I click over. I'm like, hello. He like, for real, blood? That's what you want? That's what you want? I should come pop your ass. I should come pop your ass. I'm like, so you really go do all that? I'm like, you're married, bro. I'm like, and I'm out with the homies. You know I'm a crip. I'm like, that's your problem. You think everybody got to be out here fucking and doing this and doing that. Nigga, I ain't doing nothing. I'm with the homies. Look, you mean? I'm with my homeboys. Fuck you talking about? You don't know who I hang with. You don't know what I'm about. You don't know what I be doing. Everybody just ain't fucking. I can't walk in because what the fuck? Don't nobody want to be embarrassed in public? Yeah, the homie go tell you I'm with him. Duh, because I am with him. They don't want to be in our shit. Why would they want to be in our shit? He like, I understand. I'm like, and you fucking married. I'm like, you can't be doing that. Like, you got me fucked up. That's not cool. He like, blood, who the fuck you talking to? You got me fucked up. I'm finna pull up right now. I'm like, you ain't finna pull up over here. I'm like, you just stupid. Like, you acting stupid for no reason. I'm like, I'm on my way home. He like, I'll meet you at your house. I'm like, all right. Whole time, I know I ain't going home. I'm going to the motherfucking hotel room. So, like, boom, like I said, he think, oh, he finna meet me at the house. No, motherfucker, I'm finna go to the room because at the end of the day, like, I still like the married man. Don't get it twisted, but at the same time, I'm feeling Atlantic Drive. It is what it is. It ain't gonna be no different. I mean, shit is what it is. Like, I'm young, doing what the fuck I wanna do. This is what I'm telling myself, right? So yeah, he get in the car, he like, you straight? And I'm like, yeah. He like, that can't happen again. I'm like, what you mean that can't happen again? He like, a shit could have got ugly. I said, yeah, could have got ugly. I said, and I kept it real with you. I said, you didn't have to say nothing. He didn't know that was your car. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, I would never put you in no cross. That's why I told you the truth. Like, he like, yeah, you right. Like, I'm like, I would never do that or whatever. He like, you ready? He like, cause you know it's on, right? I'm like, what? He like, yeah, we finna get to this room. I'm like, okay. So I was asking him, like, is your homeboy getting a room in the same spot we going to? He like, I'm finna hit him. So he hit him, his boy, like, yeah, I'm pull up over there where you at. And I was like, babe, can we go get another bottle? He like, yeah. So, but we go to the store. We go to the store. I get out the car. I go in the store. I kind of look. I'm like, damn, am I tripping? I'm thinking I'm seeing shit. All right, whatever. So I go in the store. We'll come out. His homeboy and my homegirl pull up with the rest of the homies or whatever. We all sitting there talking. And I'm telling her, I'm like, you see that car over there? She like, yeah. I'm like, bitch, am I tripping? She like, I think you tripping. I'm like, oh, okay. So we all go. Everybody go to separate rooms. We all go to the room or whatever. We go in the room. We chilling. Me and her talking. They chopping it up. You know, the usual shit. So now it's getting a little bit later, and I'm like, oh shit. He like, you got another plan? I'm like, I left it in the console because remind you, I went to the car to smoke, so I left the whole pack in the console. I just had like two in my purse or whatever. I forgot about the ones I put in the car. So I go down to the car. I'm going to the console. All I hear is for real. Bitch, I know this ain't who the fuck I think it is. He like, so that's what you doing? That's what you really doing, right? That's your homie though, right? That's your homie. I'm like, look, check this out. We up here chilling. You mad? I'm like, why would you even be over here? You know niggas is from the other side. If shit get ugly, why the fuck would you even want to put myself or you in this position to make it look like I set you up on some shit? I'm like, you on some bullshit. I'm like, we over here chilling. You need to go home to your wife. You need to be with your family. He like, let me tell you something. I will knock your mother. So he told me, like, I'll knock your motherfucking ass out. You on some bullshit. You think you could just disrespect me. You think you could do what you want to do. Remind you, I'm scared than a motherfucker, but I don't want to get too loud because I don't want this nigga to come out the room. And second of all, his homeboy is next door to us. I don't want no shit. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, fuck the bullshit. Like, I don't want nobody to think I'm part of no setup crew. I ain't no weak bitch like that. So that shit was pissing me off. And I was telling him, you know what? Whatever the fuck happened to you is gonna happen. I was like, cause you on bullshit. We up here chilling. I'm like, you coming from the way other side of town. This ain't even your section. Like, what you want? I'm like, you tripping on me? You married? I'm like, come on, bro. You on some bunk shit. I'm like, you don't even get down like that. I'm like, you too P for this. I'm like, come on. He like, you know what? I'm gonna get your ass. Don't even trip. I know what's up. It's on. Just know that. I'm like, whatever, bro. I'm like, you need to go home. You tripping. I'm like, you on some bullshit. The nigga walk back to his car and get in his car and speed off. I'm like praying to God now. I'm like, Lord, did he see what room I came out of? Like, do he know what room we in? Like, do I go in here and tell this nigga from Atlantic that this nigga was here? Like, what if the nigga from Atlantic say he ain't got time for the drama and just want to trip? Like, I don't want to be a cause of this. So I go back upstairs. I'm like, man. He like, it took you a little minute. I'm like, I was down there bullshitting. He like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Boom. Rest of the night we chilling. We fucking around. The next day we separate. Soon as I get home, I swear, like an hour later, this nigga at the door. My brother be getting mad. Cause like I said, him and my brother, they enemies. So the only thing keeping them cordial is the fact that he talked to me and he just don't want no shit at my mama house. And then come to the door. He like, can I talk to you? Can you ride with me? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to ride with you. I noticed he got his pistol on him. I'm like, he finna make a scene. Like, my brother's gonna shoot it. Like, they finna have a shootout. Like, I can't have this type of shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ride with him. Soon as I get in the car, this nigga screwed off. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting in the car like, oh my God, Lord. I don't want no shit. You get what I'm saying? He like, so what's up? You like that nigga? I'm like, yep. I'm like, I like everybody. I like you too. I'm like, what's the issue? He like, the issue is I'm looking out. So he told me, like, I'll knock your motherfucking ass out. You on some bullshit. You think you could just disrespect me. You think you could do what you want to do. Remind you, I'm scared than a motherfucker, but I don't want to get too loud because I don't want this nigga to come out the room. And second of all, his homeboy is next door to us. I don't want no shit. You feel me? Because at the end of the day, fuck the bullshit. Like, I don't want nobody to think I'm part of no setup crew. I ain't no weak bitch like that. So that shit was pissing me off. And I was telling him, you know what? Whatever the fuck happened to you is gonna happen. I was like, cause you on bullshit. We up here chilling. I'm like, you coming from the way other side of town. This ain't even your section. Like, what you want? I'm like, you tripping off me? You married? I'm like, come on, bro. You on some bunk shit. I'm like, you don't even get down like that. I'm like, you too P for this. I'm like, come on. He like, you know what? I'm gonna get your ass. Don't even trip. I know what's up. It's on. Just know that. I'm like, whatever, bro. I'm like, you need to go home. You tripping. I'm like, you on some bullshit. The nigga walk back to his car and get in his car and speed off. I'm like praying to God now. I'm like, Lord, did he see what room I came out of? Like, do he know what room we in? Like, do I go in here and tell this nigga from Atlantic that this nigga was here? Like, what if the nigga from Atlantic say he ain't got time for the drama and just want to trip? Like, I don't want to be a cause of this. So I go back upstairs. I'm like, man. He like, it took you a little minute. I'm like, I was down there bullshitting. He like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. Boom. Rest of the night we chilling. We fucking around. The next day we separate. Soon as I get home, I swear, like an hour later, this nigga at the door. My brother be getting mad. Cause like I said, him and my brother, they enemies. So the only thing keeping them cordial is the fact that he talked to me and he just don't want no shit at my mama house. And then come to the door. He like, can I talk to you? Can you ride with me? I'm like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to ride with you. I noticed he got his pistol on him. I'm like, he finna make a scene. Like, my brother's gonna shoot it. Like, they finna have a shootout. Like, I can't have this type of shit. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna ride with him. Soon as I get in the car, this nigga screwed off. I'm like, oh, I'm sitting in the car like, oh my God, Lord. I don't want no shit. You get what I'm saying? He like, so what's up? You like that nigga? I'm like, yep. I'm like, I like everybody. I like you too. I'm like, what's the issue? He like, the issue is I'm looking out. So he tell me like the issue is I'm doing all this stuff for you and this how you act. You unappreciative, you scandalous, you foul, you ain't nothing but a little whore. That's all you is. I'm like, okay, but you tripping off this whore though. I'm all that. I'm like, it ain't even hurting my feelings, the stuff you saying to me, because at the end of the day, you the one checking for me. I ain't call you, you call me. You popped up in my house. Oh, you think it's funny? Oh, you think it's funny? Now he flying down the laundry. Flying down the laundry. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Y'all know what it is. So basically, I'm going back and forth with him. Like, oh, well, you the one tripping off me. I ain't tell you to call me. I ain't tell you to check for me. He like, shut up, blood, shut up. Like, you on some bullshit. I gotta be quiet because somebody right here. And he like, shut up, blood. He like, on everything. You got me fucked up. You think the type of shit is cool? You just doing what you want to do. I'm like, yeah, because that's what you do when you single. He like, you ain't motherfucking single. I'm like, no, you ain't motherfucking single. I'm motherfucking single. I'm like, you got me fucked up. You think I'm just supposed to be with you? You older than me. You can do what the fuck you want to do. I don't want your car. I don't want your money. I don't want nothing. I want to do me, period. You want a bitch to lie to you? I'm not finna lie to you. I'm doing me. Period. I like you. I like him. I like her. I like everybody. That's what I'm supposed to be doing at this age. Doing whatever I want to do. I'm like, you on bullshit. He like, oh, so this how we doing it? This how we doing it. So now he doing like 100. He flying through the lights. He dipping. I'm talking about he acting a plum dumb ass. I'm like, go ahead, stupid. I'm like, go ahead. Go ahead and kill us. I'm like, go ahead. So your kids can know you was so in love with your side bitch that you killed yourself. And you just said, fuck your kids. Fuck your wife. Yeah. That's what you're doing. I'm like, so go ahead. I don't care. I don't care. Because at this point, I'm like, my crazy got to match his crazy. Because he think it's a game. So when he starts slowing down, I pull the steering wheel. Boom. We swerve. Boom. He wrecked the car. He like, what the fuck wrong with you? You crazy as fuck. You just sit up here and made me wreck my car. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, that's how you want to play it? You want to be crazy? Let's be crazy. Now I'm taking off on him. Bing, boom, boom. I'm talking about we fighting. We going back and forth. Thank you, sweetie. We going back and forth. Boom, boom, boom. I'm like, you want to play crazy? Let's play crazy. I'm like, yeah, somebody go die. We going to jail today. He like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, you did this to me. You did this to me. You did this to me. I'm like this because of you. I'm like this because of you. You got me fucked up, so this what you want. This what you want. All right, fuck it. I'm tripping on you. I'm tripping on your wife. I'm tripping on everything. This what you want. Let's get it. He like, calm down, calm down. I don't want the police. Because what happened was the bumper just got knocked off. He still could drive. So he didn't put the bumper in the back seat. He like, calm down. I'm like, no, I ain't calming down. I ain't calming down. I'm socking the dashboard. I didn't knock the rear view mirror off. He like, so like I said, we're going back and forth. We're arguing. I'm like, go home to your motherfucking wife. Go home to your wife. She like, yeah, bring your ass home. He like, I ain't going nowhere. She like, oh, that's how you feel? She like, that's how you feel? She like, I'm gonna throw your shit out. He like, bitch, you better not throw my shit out. She like, I ain't never threw your shit out, but I'm throwing your shit out. You motherfucking said we working on this, and this what the fuck you do? This girl telling you to come home to me. She like, don't worry about it. I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm gonna have a nigga all up and through here. I'm gonna do exactly what the fuck I want to do, and you can't tell me shit. You can stay with that bitch. I'm like, no, I don't want the motherfucker. I'm like, I was with another motherfucker last night. I don't want this motherfucker. Come get your motherfucking husband. You know where we at. Pull up. She like, I'm about to bring you your shit. He like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, no, I'm sick of this. I'm not about to play these games. I ain't finna play these games with you. Like, go home to your wife. He like, man, this is bullshit. You blew up the spot. No, you was keeping it real, right? So what you lying for now? I'm like, what you want? I'm like, you on bullshit. I'm like, you told her you was gonna be back in an hour? Oh, so what you was finna just come do what? Thought you was gonna fuck me or something and I was gonna go to sleep, what? And you was gonna go back home to her and tell her you had to go make some more runs? Like, what you want? He like, no, I was just trying to make it smooth over here so I could see what was up with us. I'm like, you ain't gotta see what's up with us, cause it ain't no us. He like, all right, say no more. I ain't tripping. I ain't finna be tripping off no bitch. I'm like, take me home then. You ain't tripping off this bitch. Take me home. He like, no, you can stay here. I'm like, nah, motherfucker. So at the same time, I reached for the keys on the dresser. Now I got them. He like, give me my keys. You ain't getting nothing. What you mean? Nigga, you act like you leaving me? You ain't leaving me, nigga. What is you talking about? He like, Man, come on so I can take your ass home. I'm finna take you. Nah, nigga. I ain't taking you home. We ain't doing shit, nigga. Let her bring your stuff. Nah, let's go. Let's go. I'm like, let's motherfucking go. Get my jacket. I still got the keys though. I'm like, you ain't finna be driving me doing, honey. He like, bitch, you can drive. I'm like, I already know, nigga. I'm like, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. We go downstairs to the car. By the time we get to the car, she pulling up. She pulling up. Now she throwing shit all out the car. He like, what the fuck? Now he going to grab his shit. He picking his shit up. He like, the fuck wrong with you? He grab her. He like when he grab her, he push her up against the car. He like, bitch, I'm not the one. Stop playing with me like you getting beside yourself. You got me fucked up. Now she crying. She picking the shit up, putting it back in the goddamn car. Now here I go, being fucking petty. What you want to do? What you want to do? You finna go home or you finna be with me? He like, I thought you wanted to go home. What you want to do? What you want to do? You finna go home or you finna be with me?